The Sarastra is represented by lotus flower.
She said,
You'll have to speak up.
Okay.
Stand up.
please.
The Sarastra is represented by the lotus flower.
The Saraswara is represented by the lotus flower.
Yeah.
At the moment, is the lotus flower starting to lose its petals and the fruit develop? So that
She
seeds
said,
may be nourished?
The Saraswara is represented by the lotus. And is the lotus at the moment, is the lotus losing its petals and the fruit developing?
see, it is represented as lotus because our brain is like a lotus. Actually, if you cut it horizontally, you can see as if you have cut the petals. And if you cut it vertically, you can see that around the limbic area, it is just like petals of lotus. But when you are enlightened, what happens? They swell up and they open out, and they all have beautiful colors. They look like tongues of flames. It's very beautiful. Now the Sahasrara is open, and the lotus is open, and inside you find the fruit already there, kept, which is the Agya Chakra, which is there. You can see it very clearly. Agya is yellow, yellow covered, what you say, like gold cap is the Agya there. Beautiful Agya is inside. Now the fruit of the lotus is later on we see, and I would say that is called as Bindu state, where you become a Bindu, a dot. It's a little dot, and that dot has to then grow. So it's the second stage starts when you become the fruit of the lotus.
Srimada, could you say something about those higher chakras, about the Sahasrara?
What chakra?
I've heard people talk about the Bindu and the Adu Bindu and the higher chakras about that.
You see, I don't think you should worry too much about these. There's 3 stages higher than Sahasrara. I would suggest just now, let us concentrate on Sahasrara as a better idea. But Bindu, Ardha Bindu and Valaya are the 3 stages in which one has to pass through later on. And you would pass gradually when you develop yourself horizontally. That's what we have started now. So let us keep to this idea that we have to develop ourselves horizontally. We should see how we affect the other person, how we influence the another person. For example, some people, as if they are very egoistical and all that, they may come in contact with you, say, oh, very nice person, charming person, this, that. But actually that person is just very physically maybe attractive, or maybe a little brilliant type of person, but doesn't have anything much in it. But if that person standing next to you changes the mood and temperament of another person, then you can say that this person has a spiritual personality. So let us see how you affect the nature. Flowers. You saw the miracle of the flowers that I performed for you the other day. In the same way, let us see what is the effect of your character on the trees, on your friends, or in the food that you make. Everything changes. It's very beautiful. So we have to see that, how it works out. I have known people who have never known what is poetry is. Suddenly they became poets. Some who were never musicians started singing so well. Like Christine, you know Christine, she never used to sing. She had a horrible voice. And suddenly she started singing like a cuckoo bird. So not only you, but on others, what effect is that? What others feel about you. You see how you are kind, good and sweet to others, not superficially, but your behavior should change another person, transform another person. Your presence should bring auspiciousness.
Srimataji, when we read the poems of Kavi and the saints, we feel the heart of them in their poetry and the feelings for God. How can we develop that blissful awareness and love for
Which
Him?
is-
How can we develop that same heart that poets like Kabir have for you? How can we develop the same heart that these great poets have?
Same heart as what?
Kabir, the poet Kabir.
Why not? See the handicap of Kabir. You have no handicaps. Kabir had no mother to tell him, no mother to love him, to look after him and tell him all these things. He had a guru. If you know Kabir's life, Kabir wanted to become the disciple of Ramananda Swami. But he was a Muslim or low caste or whatever it is. So he could not reach Ramananda Swami. The disciples would not allow him to go near Ramananda Swami. So one day Kabira went and slept on the steps of the river Ganges whole night in the cold, waiting for Ramananda Swami to come, because he used to always pass the same way. And his feet fell on Kabira. And he said, "Oh my child, what are you doing here?" So Kabira got up and he said, "Sir, you have accepted me as your disciple today." He said, "Yes, I have." And then Ramananda Swami took him and he trained him into something great. You don't have these handicaps. Kabira never had anybody to support him or help him around. Actually, single-handed, he fought the whole world. Horrible people were around him. Even today, those who are in his place, in Patna, or all places where he lived, I was surprised that he described Kundalini as Surati, and they described tobacco as Surati. Such horrible nonsensical people making fun of everything. There Kabira lived and developed that heart. You don't have all these handicaps at all. You all speak the same language, you live with the same ideas, you have your own mother to tell you everything, so you can develop the same heart as Kabira had.
When I meditate, sometimes I can see beautiful, like a massive flower coming out of the head, or a beautiful sort of a goldy, almost like a vase. And I've been asking people, and I don't know. They don't know really the answer, and I don't know either. But I have not taken.
No, that's the Kundalini that you see. It's like a telescope, you see, like a goldenish, yellowish, sort of like a heated iron.
It's like a furnace.
Yes, a furnace, like a furnace. That's the Kundalini you see. And that's a good thing to see. But when you see, you are not there. So it's better is not to see that and be, yeah. But what you see is that, is the Kundalini. It's good. I mean, seeing is very good, but go beyond it. You should say, I don't want to see it, now I want to enter into it.
Yes, last night, for instance, I was sleeping with my little girl, and in her bed she asked me to come, and we meditated, and it was enormous. And I suddenly woke up.
In your dream you saw?
I don't know whether it was a dream or whether I was still meditating, but it
In
was-
dream, if you see, is very good. But otherwise, in meditation, you should not see it. In the dream, if you see, is very good. It's the Kundalini itself. It's like a furnace. It looks like a silent, burning furnace.
sometimes like fireworks. It's
Yes.
quite beautiful.
But you shouldn't see it anymore.
Right.
Try to avoid.
Srimataji,